I just want to show you guys a comparison between Super Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo Classic, and I want to compare it to Super Mario Kart on the original SNES. I've got my Super Nintendo Classic hooked up with the HDMI cable that was provided with the system. It didn't come with anything else, so if your TV doesn't have an HDMI connection, you'll need to get some kind of an adapter. It was not included. There was no RCA plugs or connections included. And then I've just got it plugged into power with this little wall plug with the USB port, and then it goes to micro USB in the back of the unit. So we'll get started here. I did play this a little bit last night and got Gold Cup in the 50 cc's. You can see it pretty much looks the same as the original here. And let's just go through this real quick. Always pick Yoshi. That was my traditional driver when I was growing up. And we'll just do the Mushroom Cup race here, just the first race. I am going to pause it right here though and switch over to the regular NES. So the regular NES here is hooked up through RCA plugs, and you can see compared to the classic version, it takes up the whole screen. So let's get caught up here to where we're at with the other game. And we'll go with Koopa for this one, just so you can kind of see the difference. No, actually, you know what? Let's go with Yoshi again, so they're completely identical comparisons. Mushroom Cup again. We're going to start off with the audio here from the original Super Nintendo. I was never good at those turbo starts. I've gotten pretty good at the Wii version of it, but so I can't remember if I mentioned this is hooked up with RCA plugs. And not the original coaxial cable. So right here when we cross the finish line, we'll switch over to the audio for the Super Nintendo Classic. So you can see the gameplay is pretty much the same. The Super Nintendo version is stretched out across the widescreen TV, whereas the Super Nintendo Classic maintains the original aspect ratio. But buttons and controls wise, it feels exactly the same as the original. You go from one to the other and back and forth and you can't tell the difference. So anyway, there you go. There's Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo and on the Super Nintendo Classic. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Talk to you later.